10 hours of oxygen left in his tank. If we took shelter, he would die long before the storm ended. "One of you will die if we stop," I said. "If we continue, all of you will survive." "We'll get lost in the storm. No one survives a sandstorm." "No," I insisted. "My navigation system is intact. We will link ourselves by cable, and I will maintain direction. All you need to do is follow." "No," he yelled, "not through a sandstorm." "Listen," I said. "If we stop, he has no chance." "Should 3 of us die instead of 1? The scientist picked up a rock and tried to smash it against my head. But since he wore a big atmosphere suit and was very slow, I moved out of the way easily. He picked up another rock and threw it at me. I put up my arms to protect my video lenses, and the rock clanged off my elbows. The other 2 scientists watched, doing nothing. They were very tired. I had rescued them from the bottom of a giant sinkhole where they had been stranded for 2 days. The first scientist picked up another rock to throw. It was a big rock. Even though his suit made him clumsy, he would be able to throw it hard. Mars has very little gravity compared to Earth. A person throwing a rock the size of a grapefruit on Earth could easily throw a rock the size of a basketball on Mars. What was I going to do? If I let the scientist with the rocks force us to stop and put up a shelter, one of them would die. But if I grabbed the scientist with the rock in my sharp metal claws, I would most certainly poke a hole in his spacesuit. With an atmosphere of 95% carbon dioxide, he would die within minutes. Either way, it didn't look like I could find a way to make sure all 3 scientists made it back to the dome alive. I would fail in my task. I could not allow that. Another rock clanged off my leg. "No," I said. "No." This was getting worse. If I ran off to protect myself, then all 3 of them might die. But if I stayed to try to protect them, one of those rocks might smash and disable me, which would mean all of them might die. I couldn't decide what to do. The scientist threw another rock. It hit my shoulder. A huge blast of sand swept over us. For a moment, I could see nothing in any direction from my 4 video lenses. In the instant the air cleared again, I saw the scientist with another rock in his fist. But it was too late. Out of the swirling sand he appeared, aiming the rock toward my video lenses. The rock smashed down. The rose-colored sky tilted. The red soil zoomed toward me. Then everything went black. Chapter 2. "Ouch," I said. I opened my eyes to the square, sterile room of the computer simulation lab. I was under the dome, not outside of it, stuck in a raging sandstorm. That was the good news. The bad news was that although no rock had actually hit my body, my head hurt. That's the way it is with a virtual reality program. It's like a computer game. Except you're actually in the game. Instead of watching your players get knocked out, it happens in a small way to you. I pulled the surround sight helmet off my head. My hair was slick with sweat. The concentration it took to move the virtual reality robot controls by flexing my own muscles was hard work. It didn't help that I was also wearing a one-piece jacket and gloves, wired with thousands of tiny cables that reacted to every movement I made. I'd been in the computer program for 5 hours, and that jacket held every scrap of my body heat. "Ouch is right," Rawling said, looking up from his own screen where he sat at a desk across the cramped room from me. "My readout shows he cracked 3 video lenses and shocked your computer drive. Basically, he killed you. A human defeating a robot." Rawling McTigray, one of the 2 medical doctors under the dome, was stocky and in his mid-40s. He had been a quarterback at his university back on Earth when he was younger, and his wide shoulders showed it. His short, dark hair was streaked with gray. He said his hair had turned gray from trying to look after me. I spent so much time with him that there were days when I wished he were my father. I mean, because voice-to-voice calls were far too costly, as my real father traveled between Earth and Mars, and because the round trip took so long, all I